how would you like a process to extract your knowledge, your expertise, even something you're passionate about it, be able to lay it out in a process and get paid to share it? Hey, it's Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins, and we are so excited because we're doing something pretty special. We are now in the information age. Over $3,300 a second is being spent on information online, $336 million a day. And it just shows what we already know, that self-education is on its way of being the new norm, and we want to fuel that.
You know, I'm excited because the two of us between us have 60 years of experience doing this. I think I got more of the 60 than he does. But in between us, we've spent our lives figuring out how to extract knowledge. You know, there is a power that can change anybody's life, and you know what it is because you've used it, or you wouldn't be watching a little video like this right now. And that's the power of self-education. Instead of getting a standard education where someone teaches because they've taught to teach and what to say, it's learning from someone who's done it, someone who's produced results greater than anybody else in their category. And there's so many people that have that kind of knowledge locked inside their head. And so for me, I got that education. It was a power that took me literally from a kid in Azusa, California, struggling to survive with no role models of how to succeed or change or make anything work, working as a janitor, to the opportunity to serve millions of people around the world for the last 40 plus years. And all that has come because of this knowledge base of learning how to extract knowledge from the smartest people out there. So what Dean and I have been working on for 8 months is putting together a program that can show anyone, I don't care who you are, I don't care if you're in any industry and you've developed a knowledge base, how do you pull that out? How do you develop that into a course, into a program? How do you market that? How do you make this process something so that you can live your life and live your mission, take what you know and change lives with it, have the emotional juice that comes from that, but also build it as a business for yourself as well? You know, my original mentor was a guy named Jim Rohn, and he was a personal development speaker. And he taught me some very fundamental things, but those fundamental things changed my life. He used to say, you know, for things to change, you got to change. For things to get better, you got to get better. And he'd teach me these fundamental tools. But the most valuable thing he taught me was that success leaves clues. That if you want something in your life, don't hope it shows up. If you want to be healthy, you got to study health. If you want to have great relationships, you got to study relationships. If you want to do great financially, you got to study people that are wealthy and have maintained that wealth over years. Anybody can get rich. Can you stay rich and keep adding value to people's lives? That's the difference over decades. And because I learned that from him, I was able to get tools and answers that no one else around me had. And then I was able to change my own life and share them with other people. So we put together this system, and I'll let Dean explain a little more to you here, because I'm so excited about it because it will change your life, because it will not only help you to learn and grow from others, but it'll show you how to take the best of what you know and bring it to the world.
Yeah, and you know, as you say that about Jim Rohn, you're that guy to me. And I say that with all sincerity. Over 20 years ago, you took my money and gave me information, and you course corrected. I was already in business. I was already doing millions of dollars, but I wasn't going down the path I needed to. And because you took the time, because Jim Rohn extracted his knowledge and gave it to you, you extracted your knowledge, you gave it to me. Since the day I ordered your program, I broke $1 billion in sales. No,
so awesome.
And I wrote down in a journal someday, and I wanted to personally thank you. So thanks. I appreciate it. But I say that, but this really is a mission of ours, because I remember what it felt like when my guidance counselor, literally Mrs. Canosa, told me, with your grades and not going to college, your choices are maybe collision repair or work in a factory. There was nothing. It was either college or a factory. There was no such thing as self-education. And what this man did, and all the other knowledge that I've gathered in my life and be able to share to others now I get to give back for a living. We know the power of self-education. The reason I shared how much is being spent every day is because the world is realizing it, and we want to create the gold standard. And I shouldn't say we want to, we did. And we want to share it with you in a live training that we're doing. In a moment here, you're going to want to click the link below and register for the live training. This is Tony and I going live, and we're going to light it up, because here's the cool part. If you're an expert, if you're an influencer, that's the word I was trying to look for. If you have an expertise, in fact, if you have a passion, we're going to show you how to extract it, create it in a format so you know you can deliver it, and then get paid by making an impact and helping other people. But even better,
I want to say one other piece though too. I started out as kind of a knowledge broker. meaning I learned from Jim Rohn, and then I said, I wanted everybody to know what this man knows. So I didn't have the skill, but I figured out how to promote him, how to market him, how to get him into more lives. And I got the juice of changing people's lives through Jim originally. And then I did it through Harvey Diamond, and I just grew different people. So if you're the person that doesn't have the knowledge base, but you want to be in this industry where you can change lives and earn really well as well, we're going to show you exactly what to do from top to bottom, how to extract the information from different experts, how to market it directly, how to fill the course, how to design the syntax. I'm a syntactician. I can take people, if you've ever been in one of my programs, you know, we go 12, 14 hours, 3-4 days, some 7 to 10 days. How do you hold people like that and have their attention be there for 10, 12 hours a day when most people won't sit for a 3-hour movie someone spent $300 million to make? It's because when time is emotion, you know, how long's a long time? If you're not enjoying yourself, a minute feels like eternity. If you're loving it, you know, a day goes by in a few seconds, it feels like. And what I figured out is there is a way to put things in a sequence that affects the way you think and feel about anything. In other words, think of it as the dog bit Johnny or Johnny bit the dog. Same ingredients, but a different sequence, and it's a totally different meaning, especially if you're Johnny. So I was supposed to be a truck driver. That's what I was supposed to be, you know, making $30,000 a year.
And a mechanic.
Right? And that was supposed to be my compelling future. And, you know, last year we did $5 billion amongst my companies. So I'm telling you that this is not the get-rich-quick scheme. It didn't start for me. It happened overnight. But I accelerated all of this because I realized I could compress decades into days. That I could take someone who took 2 decades to figure something out, I could extract it from them. And it took 2 decades of trial and error. I might be able to learn it from in a few days or a few weeks. And that's how I've been able to change my life and help millions of other people. So we want to share this with you, whether you have that talent or whether you want a person that wants to be in that industry, and tell them some of the details.
Yeah, the cool part is imagine making a side income or a full-time income by helping impact the world. And I'll repeat what Tony said. If you're looking for the magic money machines, they're all over online. I see them nonstop. People holding the big checks, get rich in 5 minutes. That's not what this is. If you know anything about Tony and I, what we've done, the impact we want to make, you know that this is about a real possibility to transform other people's lives, and you get paid. And listen, you know Tony has more opportunities than anything on the planet. I have more than I can handle, but we are both completely dedicated to this because it keeps our legacy going alive. When we're gone someday, we want to be the people that helped create a process that if you die someday with knowledge in your head, you should feel guilty. It's like a hard drive that collects millions and millions of dollars worth of information, and then you throw the hard drive away. You would never do that. So why should you throw away 20, 30, 10 years of expertise or let someone you know throw it away when now you'll have a process? And that's what we're going to share on the live training. So do whatever it takes. Click the link below, reserve your spot. Now, I'm not going to do fake scarcity and say there's only a certain amount of people allowed on. There's an unlimited amount of people on. Right. But the one thing is limited always, or it crashes, is the live chat. So if you want to be in the live chat and talk to Tony and I, you're going to want to register right now, reserve your spot, and you're going to want to show up a little early. We're going to light it up. So put it on your calendar, click below, reserve the spot, show up live so we can rock the house.
You know what it's really about in the end is saying, I got a vision for my life and I'm not willing to settle for anything less. And in order to make that go higher, got to educate yourself. And we've got some tools, some technology, some software, and between us, the experience to show you how to go to the next level. And we hope we have the privilege of being able to serve you on the website or on the webcast. So join us on that day, click below, and we'll look forward to seeing you then.